How you doing? My name's Angel Quintero.
Very nice to meet you.
Hey,
I'm
look, I
good.
appreciate you taking the time to listen to what our service is. So I'm just going to go with it straight through it. And just really, I'm just going to tell you who we are, what we do, and why people are excited about Legal Shield.
Okay.
You know, have you ever heard of Legal Shield?
No.
Okay. Have you ever signed a contract or document?
Yes.
You have? Okay, great. Been overcharged or treated unfairly and know of anyone?
Everyone has.
Have you ever received a traffic ticket?
Yes.
You have? More than one?
No.
Okay, just one?
Just one.
Okay, cool. Known a victim of identity theft?
Yes.
Especially with what's going on with the state now, right?
Yeah.
Everybody here, okay.
Yeah.
Or just been in a situation where you thought the advice of an attorney might be helpful?
Yeah.
Have you been in there? Okay,
Yeah.
great. Look, Legal Shield is a very unique service and a priceless benefit that gives you the ability to talk to an attorney and not have to worry about an hourly cost. For one flat monthly fee, you can access legal advice no matter how traumatic or trivial situation you're in. So that's why if you own our service, you know, under our protection of Legal Shield, you're worry-free every day now and forever.
Okay.
Now, what we really do, what I want you to do with over 2 million requests annually, what I want you to do is I want you to pretend that you're an attorney. Have you ever used an attorney before?
I have.
You have. Expensive?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah? Okay, good. And now, more than once?
No.
Okay, good. Well, what I want you to pretend that you're an attorney.
Okay.
And I want you to charge me like he charged you.
Okay.
Okay? Which is don't worry about it, I have a lot of money. Okay?
All right.
And I want you to give me, first of all, unlimited telephone consultation to your law firm. Instead of you adding by the hour, I want you to charge me by the month.
Okay.
Okay? Now, mind you, it's not only me. It's me and my spouse.
Okay.
I've never been independent children to the age of 21. 23 if I have a college student. You know, college students in college, we need protection.
Hang on,
It's
yeah.
just not it's when something happens. 18 if you take on if you have a legal guardian, you're taking care of somebody else's kid.
Okay.
If you have a physically or mentally handicapped child, I want you to cover them. Now with autism and stuff like that, a lot of people get discriminated or whatnot. I want you to go ahead and protect me, my whole family. Unlimited telephone consultation to your law firm. Now calculate, remember. Phone calls and letters on my behalf, which means if I could call you during normal working hours, and if you could write a letter or make a phone call on my behalf, I want you to do that. As simple as a cleaner's losing a shirt. Matter of fact, just the other day I was coming through, I was flying on Delta. They broke my bag, not my bag, but my handle. When I complained about it, they told me we don't cover handles and we don't cover zippers. I said, well, hold on. You charged me $25 to
Check the bag.
to check the bag in. Why wouldn't you cover it? Well, I was complaining to customer service. Customer service normally works for the company, so they're always going to protect the company. I want you as my attorney to get in contact with their legal department and make sure they take care of me. Because I did pay $25 for that. Could you do that?
Yeah.
Sure. And that's what I want you to do. In numerous things. I want you to do it against the cell phone companies. I want you to do it in a lot of things. I've done it against other airlines for canceling flights. I want to make sure if a cleaner loses a shirt of mine, I want you to be able to do that. I want you not only to, if I'm a mechanic, if I go in there with a problem and I leave with another problem, I want to make sure that I'm not always talking to the people that are there to protect them all the time. I want to make sure that somebody's protecting me. Can you do that?
Yeah.
Okay, great. I want you to review anything that I ever have to sign.
Okay.
I do understand that if it's written by an attorney, it's protect somebody. If somebody says, hey, sign here, it's protecting the hand that says sign here. I want to make sure that you put it and take out things that protect me. It's a balance of playing. And initially, I want you to give me a will, living will, and a healthcare power of attorney.
Okay.
Now, Caitlin, if I came to you and I said, hey, I want you to provide these, you're an AB-rated law firm, I want you to provide these for me, what would you charge me for that?
I don't know if you have enough money for that.
I mean, really,
You're looking.
I said I got a lot of money.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's move on. Traffic-related issues. If I got a ticket anywhere in the nation except Alaska, 4 provinces in Canada, I want you to go ahead and send, if you can't represent me, send somebody in that city, in that state to represent me. And it's really, I know you're not there to fix my tickets, because, people can't fix tickets. But I know you guys, for some reason, have conversations that we don't normally listen to, but something normally happens. They can work some things out. And I just want to make sure that you getting involved is better than me going out there to play Matlock. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Also, by getting in an accident, somebody dies and resolve an accident, I want you to make sure that I'm not going to jail. I want you
Rightfully
to
so.
represent me from A to Z, win, lose, or draw, because after that, I know they're probably going to sue me, and I also want me to give you I want you to give me lawsuit protection. Somebody sues me, I want you to give me up to 60, 70 hours, just in case somebody sues me, or sues my wife. Or something that they're trying to take our belongings and sue us for things that we can't afford. I want you to be there for us the whole time. Or a job-related criminal charge. You know, I do work at a certain place that I could be named in a job in the criminal charge. If that happens, I want you to step in also and give me the same amount of hours. You know, 25 preferred member discount, things pre-existing, child custody, divorces, DUI. I know, you know, at that point, you don't know exactly how long I'm going to use you for something like that. But whatever your rate is, I want you to give me 25% automatically on something that I'm going through already. IRS audit. You might not practice, you know, you might not be a tax attorney, but find me somebody that specializes in taxes to represent me there, and you pay the bill.
All right.
Okay? Up to 50 hours. Online legal form, you got a website that I could go on right now. There's already some forms. You know, I might just want to loan some money to a friend of mine. Sometimes documentation, I want to make sure it keeps us both even, honest. I want to make sure that I can download an app, I can fill it out, you review it, make sure that it's written on my behalf now, and all of a sudden get that signature from me. I want that all in. Now, Caitlin, you told me I didn't have enough money for that. Do I still don't have enough money?
That's a lot.
It's a lot of stuff, isn't it?
Yeah.
And that's the amazing. That's exactly what we do with Legal Shield. You know, something like this, and I'm not going to stop there. Just let me keep going. But if somebody owned this for us, you said I don't have enough money. Can you imagine that people can get this, and you can get this today, for as little as $17 a month?
Really?
$17 a month. At this point, you said, how did I live my life?
Yeah.
You know, at that moment, it's a no-brainer. I should have this. That's why most people, when they hear this, they don't apply because it's costing them more not having it. People take advantage, and we always know that people do what you let them do. Am I correct? Well, let's just talk a little bit about identity theft. Identity theft is the #1 crime in the world, as we know. I don't know if you know, but I know right now we had a big breach, with our state revenue department. That it affects pretty much everybody in the state if you pay taxes since 1998. Okay. Really, what we're going to do first, identity theft manifests itself in many different ways: credit fraud, Social Security fraud, driver's license fraud. Victims also face issues such as problems securing a loan. If somebody does identity theft and they use it, sometimes you don't know. What about harassment from debt collectors? That's going to be a headache, right? You know, and I know people sometimes getting called from debt collectors that I've never owned that product. I've never been in those states and whatnot. Possible arrest in crimes committed by identity thieves. Can you imagine somebody committing a crime? Now there's a warrant for your arrest. They're knocking on the door. Are you Miss Caitlin? And you said, yes. They said, hey. And they're not there to say hi. Let's just say that. Well, that's what happened. I want you to protect me and stuff like that. See, a lot of times people don't know that's there. And they see these monitoring services that are out there that banks are providing. You see the commercials, the woman talking like a man talking like a woman. Funny commercials. There's nothing funny about them.
Yeah.
You notice when we laugh every time we say, well, that's when we laugh when we see these commercials.
Yeah.
When that statement came out on the front page of the paper, not one person laughed because it wasn't comical. That person became real. Well, all these banks out there and everybody out there gives you a monitoring service nowadays. Well, and they normally say that we have resolution to these problems. There's a difference between resolution and restoration. Now, let me ask you something. If somebody steals your identity, and all of a sudden somebody's committed some crime, don't you want somebody to fix it? How do you fix it? Where do you start? Do you know where to start?
Good question.
No, really, because you don't know what they're using it for.
No,
They can, right now, I have a job, another job somewhere else.
Yeah.
Not paying the taxes, now you're stuck with it. You're waiting for that envelope with the check or the deposit or whatever, and that's not coming because somebody already used it.
Yeah.
What about somebody driving under your name? Getting a ticket in Arizona, you get pulled up for something simple. Now all of a sudden it's a warrant for your arrest, and you got to explain that it's not me in Arizona, but at the time you're behind bars while you're doing it.
Oh my gosh.
Can you imagine that? How about just somebody committing a crime in your name? All of a sudden you're stuck with the same crimes they committed. Financially, Social Security, you know, imagine somebody just going in your bank account taking your money. Does it happen? Sure it happens. It happens all the time. Somebody going on shopping for buying things that you wish you had. That's the amazing thing. Well, that's what people do with our identity. You know, when people do these big breaches, they're doing basically to sell the information. People are selling our information to people all over the world. We can't track them down. We have no possibility of tracking them down. Identity restoration is the amazing thing. It's done by a company by the name of Kroll back in America. They're the #1 forensic accounting company in the world. There are people that restructured Enron. They're the same people that called them for the 9/11 bombing. You know, all the security blanket that they did. They're the same people, you know, that does the investigation for the American Idol. Southwest Airlines employees. I mean, they're there. So don't you think if they could find Saddam Hussein's money, you don't think they could find who took Caitlin's checking account.
I think they could.
I think they can
I
too.
trust it.
So that's exactly what we do. The number one, and combined with our service, with our legal service, think about it, because when something happens to you, you want somebody to speak and give you credibility from the attorneys on this, on your behalf. Not you trying to prove to yourself that that wasn't me, because now the attorney makes them prove to you that it was you.
Yeah.
That's the issue. And at that moment, they have to restore you back to you. That's what we do. Kroll and Legal Shield collectively, when you look at a service like that, what would you pay now?
For,
What do you think it would cost you?
to do
To
the
have that?
identity theft protection? Probably several hundreds of dollars.
Several hundreds of dollars. I mean, it's worth that much, but with several hundreds of dollars, I'm competing with people's cable bill.
Yeah.
Should I watch the cable, should I watch a fight or basically protect my rights? Well, we don't know. I mean, so
Yeah.
honestly, as little as $26.95, it covers not only you, but your whole family. Next year, we're gonna go ahead and send you a credit report, make sure that everything on here is you, and from there, start monitoring, because we might be monitoring the bad times. All kind of alerts, it's good to get a text saying no activity alerts, and none of your name.
Yeah.
Somebody's watching for your behalf. Now, we're here, is there any question that you would like to, for me to answer to get your plan started?
No, I think I'm good.
I think you're good, no question. It's $26.95, if you break that down, it's little under $1 a day.
Wow.
You eat a candy bar a day?
No, my pants wouldn't fit, but I wish I could eat a candy bar a day.
Drink water, right?
Yes.
Okay, so you're drinking your attorney, so that's what you're doing every day. That's exactly. It's very simple, it's a month-to-month plan, you're not stuck in a contract or anything like that. We know when people get our service, our numbers are pretty high, people keeping it, because we give you more value than well. Because you couldn't get an attorney to park in some of their parking lots for this amount, and all of a sudden you're getting it for a whole month to protect the family. So with that, Caitlin, I appreciate you for taking the time to
Thank
listen to it. We'll go
you.
ahead and get your plan right started.
Thank you, that sounds great.